Hello, hello, everybody. This is Becky at Aunt Beth's Creations. And where was I at 1:30? Well, I was standing by the phone waiting to see if I needed to pick Greg up, my son. He had an accident at work and he was repairing a conveyor roller. And he was prying the roller back into position and it let loose and hit him in the face. So he was at the emergency room getting some stitches in his face. And what was bad is it came really close to his eye. I don't think he realizes how close he came to losing an eye, but yeah, so that's where I was. And I thought I'd just show you some things real quick. I've been doing what I call organic crochet. It's known by other things. But I did a video on it the other day to show you how to do it. And I've been busy. So I've made some more just kind of organic forms in different shapes and switched the colorways. Sorry. I've got the hiccups all of a sudden. Can't stop it either. So that'll quit the camera going in and out. And again, this was thrifted yarn. And they're just organic forms. And I'm going to fit them together. Like this one's got like this little curve here. I could stick one in like that and just kind of put it together just where it touches. This could go in there. And so you build on it. It doesn't matter what your form is. You just put it up next to another one and kind of hook it. And then you can crochet some smaller things to fill in like between them and hook them in. And I've got some that are kind of curved a bit. And so I'd have to make something to go in there. Maybe just fill that in with stitches. But that's kind of how you use this. You just make shapes. And then when you get enough of them, you can hook them all together and make like a cardigan, a tote bag. You can even make a purse if you wanted to and line it and all. So I've been working on that. And I shared my finishes for hashtag Finish That Whip. And so I've shared those on Instagram. Uh-oh, I forgot to put this other stuff in here. So I will show the sweater and the doll here. The dress I'll share another time. Let's see here. The dress I finished used this pattern. It's a Simplicity So Simple, and it came from Pocket 8121. This was a purchase at Walmart because it's 97 cents. I don't know if it's still 97 cents over there or not, but I thought a real simple two-piece dress would be easy to do, and it turned out to be a lot of work. But anyway, and I did finish the Zoya doll. And this was a pattern I got. I think I got it off Ravelry. I paid for the pattern. And then I did the double neck, and that does stabilize the neck. It's where you make a throat section. You make like a tube, and you insert it in there so her head doesn't get totally floppy, but she still has a bit of a floppy head. I love her buns. But then I decided to make her a scarf. And I just made a little thing with some what looks like leaves on the ends. Hi, Peg. And all of my dolls seem to be getting their own name tags right now. So I made her a little name tag. It's Zoya. Love that. How cool would that be to have a name that started with Z? You'd be like the last kid picked all the time because your name's at the end of the alphabet. But so there's my little Zoya doll. And then the other thing, I must have started this oh gosh, nearly 20 years ago. This is a little sweater. And it turned out all I had left to do was to finish one sleeve and make the other sleeve and then do the facing here and the bottom ruffle on the bottom and put the buttons on it. It really wasn't a lot of work to finish it. So that's going to get put aside for maybe one day. Or if I get invited to a baby shower, I'll have one ready. But I'm not around enough people to get invited to baby showers. So see, there's people out there missing my handicrafts. And I came across some things. There's a couple bowl cozies in here, but that's not what I wanted to pull out. I have a mug rug where you have room for your cup of tea and a place to set your cookies. And I have some of these pot holders I made. And these are really thick here. So you could use it as a hot pad to put something hot on your table. So what else do I have? Let's see. Nothing else really. That doesn't really match those, but I was thinking of doing a giveaway if anybody's interested in some handmade goodies, but I don't have very many people in here. But these are those pot holders you do with the little loom and the loopers, and this was crocheted. You could use it just to protect a table, put a hot mug on it, and then the mug rug. These mug rugs are so much fun to make. That one I just did the simple way. I didn't even put a binding on that. I just folded them. It's got a little bit of probably cotton batting in it, so it's not real thick. Put the quilted piece and the batting, and then I put right sides together with the backing and the front, and then I probably just sewed around, left an opening and turned it, and then did a little bit of quilting lines on the squares because that's what it looks like on the back. So I've made that a while ago. You made those when you were a kid? Yep. I keep finding them at the thrift store. I have a bunch of the wool ones. I've just been picking them up. I need to make a bunch of pot holders and things. So anyway, would you like some pot holders, Peg and Vicki? I'll send you some. I have more packages. And you could reminisce over the pot holders. But anyway, that's all I really wanted to do is check in with you guys and let you know why I wasn't on at 1:30. It was kind of startling to get that message. Greg sent me a message and he said, check your Facebook messages, Mom, because I'd been busy around here and to the grocery store and stuff. I don't even know when he got hurt. I just know he messaged me that he was at the hospital. So I kind of figured you two would be. And Callie, stop it. We'll throw something at her. She's digging at the door. Oh, the guy came and told me I need to have the things cleared 8 feet from the center wall, plus another 3 or 4 feet. Yeah, he's doing okay. They gave him morphine at the hospital, and he's got just 3 stitches. They were talking about 8 stitches, but then the doctor said, no, there's some tissue and nerves over there. She was a little concerned about, damaging. So they just put 3 stitches, and luckily his friend Mary was able to go and pick him up because I had the man from the remodeling company coming to tell me what to move about the same time Greg needed to be picked up. So Mary was really sweet and went and did that for me. I will throw you out. You want to go out? Go on. These cats. Does that mean you have lots more to move? I still have a good bit to move, but not nearly as much as I thought I was going to have to move. I thought we were going to need to move the dining room table and all, but he said the damage doesn't go that far into the dining room. The worst of it is in this room and in the kitchen and the hallway. So I still have that desk that I was talking about in the hallway, and they're not going to start it until December, but I have to do things just a little bit at a time, and I'd rather be ready ahead of time just in case they can work us in. He told me today that they have about a 4-week lead time. So once we let them know, then it'll be about 4 weeks. And we're currently just waiting on some money to come in. And then we'll have that done. And good news is, I know Greg can't do a lot while he's recovering, but he's going to be home until Tuesday. So maybe he can help me with his bedroom and get that reworked in there. He can help me sort stuff, if nothing else, because I want to move his television setup and his couch into his room. Because he's not currently using it. It's kind of just a storage room right now because he sleeps in the bonus room with his cats. So if we could do that, that would be so helpful. And he can help me move this big bookcase. I'm going to swap the tall bookcase I have in the kitchen out with the smaller one that's in his room. And I've got a whole plan in my head on how this can work, and we can make it work and everything. I just need participation from the young man. I don't know where I failed or what, but I was always one, if I saw like my grandmother needed help, I jumped to. He's just like, oh, you look like you're doing good on your own, and he'll just up and leave. I don't know. It's crazy. But anyway, hi, Joyce. I could work on a little flower while I'm sitting here yakking. So I hope everybody's had a better day than I did. I did get a lot of stuff done this morning. There's what I've been making. They look like little, what are those flowers? Forget-me-nots. Little blue forget-me-nots. And I have so much of this cotton thread. And these flowers are so easy to do. And I start with a magic ring. So if you hold the thread or yarn or whatever over 2 of your fingers, put your thumb on your middle finger, wrap the thread over your index finger around the middle finger, and create an X right here on the side of your finger. Then you can go under the first one, pull up the second, give it a twist, and then chain 1 to lock it in place. And then let me see if I can remember how I was doing these. All right, so that's a chain 1. So I'm going to go ahead and do a single crochet, and then do, I think I did three double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and then do a single crochet, and that's petal 1. And then do 3 double crochets, and if the magic ring starts growing on you, pull it up. So 1, 2. And I have come to the conclusion that when I'm having a bad day, I should probably not go on Facebook. Oh, well. All right, so that's 2 petals. And then we'll do 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh, dropped it. Have no fear. That doesn't freak me out like dropping a stitch in knitting does, because I end up just ripping it back all the way to the beginning. I don't do well when I drop a stitch in knitting because I hadn't figured out how to pick them back up without making a mess of it. So then there's 1, 2, 3, and a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 more. So 3 more double crochets. Hi, Kathy. I think Greg and Mary went and got Zestos for supper. There's 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to just draw up my loop. I got quite the tail on that one. And then I'm going to slip stitch in that first single crochet if I can see it. Howard, what are you doing? Slip stitch up in there. Scissors. And then I'll just pull that, slip it through, and pull the chain. There we go. We got it to tie down shut. I'm going to pull this string. I'll go into the back of one of these loops and pull this string down here. And I like to leave my tails in case somebody wants to use these and tie it on onto something. But if you don't want to, you can just tie a knot and clip them, and then they can, if whoever you give them to, can just glue them down or sew them down. These are really cute to add on to like a stuffed bear and put a bead in the middle. I'm going to tie another thing here. But if I made a whole group of them, they make a cute little, I think they call them nosegays. See, look, this one's a little bigger than that one. I might have done more than 3 double crochets. You can do as many double crochets as you want the petal to be thick. It's just your flower will get bigger. This is only 3 double crochets here. And I think I worked looser with that one because I was more relaxed. But see, you can get different sized flowers. And if you leave the threads like that, they can be tied on to paper clips or bobby pins to wear in your hair. You could tie them on a barrette. But those are fun to make. And like I said, if you want to do 3 double crochets and then a single crochet 5 times, do that all the way around. Or a single crochet, then chain 3, not chain 3. A single crochet, 3 double crochets, a single crochet, 3 double crochets, and so on around till you get 5 petals. That's fine. You can do up to 5 or, however fat you want your petals to be. And they're asking if Vicky is making a doll. Oh, the pebbles. Is that the pebble stitch that we did? Pebbles. Let me see. I think I have my pebbles square right here. Let me think a minute. I did have it right here. Here we go. This is the pebble stitch. And it's pebbly on one side, and then the back side of it is flat. So this side is flat, and this one's all pebbly, and it looks real thick. And when you do this twice with cotton, you can make these awesome hot pads that are pebbly on both sides. This is just a hot pad I made. This is going to be what I make up to give as gifts, I think, this year. This is something I could work on while they're working on the house. And this would be nice and thick to protect a table. You know, if you're setting a hot casserole or, something like that. And you can make them any size. So if you've got like a lasagna pan, do you know how big those are? You could do this, just do more stitches long and make a big rectangle. This would be good for like a 8x8 or a 9x9 pan. But this pebble stitch is a lot of fun to do. I know that Pam, made by Pam, Stitched by Pam. Stitched by Pam did some pebble stitch work. I just like that it's flat on the back side. That would look so cool on the back of your sofa. Yeah, and Janet Baum also said it looks like it would make a great pillow. Hi, Barbara. How are you? I was just explaining to everybody the reason I missed 1:30 today. My son had a work accident, and he required some stitches. I'm still very thankful that it didn't come up and hit him in the eye. So Kathy said, hey, Pot Pie. I don't really have much else to talk about unless you guys got something you want to talk about. I've been finding things that I forgot I had. But I'm going to think of this as kind of a blessing in the fact that we're purging some things as we go, that I don't use. So, yeah, he's going to be off until through Tuesday, I think he said. And he's got some codeine to take and antibiotics, and they gave him something for nausea too, thinking maybe he'd have some nausea. And yeah. This was the second event within a week. He was on a scissor lift, and it slammed down last week. So I don't know if the universe is trying to tell him something or not. He did not mention that, but he is a young man, so the details are limited. I could get his folder and read it, and he's got x-rays. He probably needs all that for workers' comp because it happened at work. So they did an x-ray. They didn't see anything broken, but he did get real dizzy. So I think maybe that's why they gave him the nausea medicine, just in case, he develops those symptoms. And he's so worried about his car. I said, don't worry about your car. It'll be fine. Yeah, I think they have to report that because there was injury and an ambulance had to be called. So, yeah, I'm sure they will probably get a visit. They do not require him to wear any kind of safety equipment, from what I understand. So that's concerning. But it seems to be a warehouse thing, because it seems that a lot of the warehouses around here don't require a lot of safety equipment. No hard hat, no safety glasses, And I don't know. I think warehouses are dangerous places if if you're not safety conscious. But yeah, and the people that maintain, see, Greg doesn't maintain the equipment like scissors lifts or forklifts or anything like that where he works. He mainly tries to keep the building up and running as far as keeping the conveyors moving and that kind of thing is what Greg does. He's maintenance. But yeah, I agree. I agree. I could go off on the whole deregulation crap. And I'm sorry, it's crap. There's regulations for safety. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Oh, gosh. Anyway, I say anyway a lot. I found a Daphne's diary. This is an old one. But Anne's right. It doesn't matter how old they are. The ideas are still interesting to look at. I love hammocks. They don't love me. I don't do well. Oh, that's so cute. A fabric cupcake on your towel. How many works in progress did you finish today? I didn't finish those all today. I finished them this month. Today was the reveal day. Today's the day I had to reveal everything I finished and works in progress. I still have all those little dresses that I pulled out on my table. I had planned to finish them this month, and then it just kind of felt like my whole world fell out from under my feet when we were told about the floors being as bad as they are. I feel a little better after today's visit from the young man, or he's about my age. He's still younger than me. I guess I can still call him a young man. So 8 feet from the center wall plus 3 to 4 feet beyond. So 11 to 12 feet from the center wall. They just need room to be able to move sheets of plywood around. And he told me today that he put on there 20 sheets of plywood, but they may or may not use them. But any that if they don't use them, we will, of course, be credited those. So it could come in below the estimate, or in case they find more damage, it could go up a little bit. And what I told him today is, I just in my mind am thinking $25,000. Just round it up to an even 5. And then that my brain can cope with. So, but Barbara's singing at Renee. Yeah, I was in deep despair when the cost and everything was being announced, and I was just tripping. I'm doing okay now. But we all have those moments when we be tripping, I need to do some paintings to hang in the new bathroom. Scott was showing off his work in the bathroom. And the guy was like, "You did this tile too? You did all of it?" Scott was like, "Yep." And if he was younger, he'd try to do all of what we need done. But he's got to face it. We're just not as young as we used to be. Plus, he's working 2 jobs. Come on now. Cut yourself a break, I don't do hats very often unless it's cold. Now, these dolls that this lady makes, this gal, these are all hand carved. It made me think of Anne. And I was going to show this to Anne and say, "Look, Anne, you could be making ball jointed dolls, carved ball jointed dolls. Little wisps of characters. They're just so stinking cute. Tippy, you don't need to move. And see, they got ball joints on them, so they rotate and everything. And she puts, and that one looks like it's some of it's strung together. They just look so cute. Look, and even a little cat. She hand carves them and puts them together. I thought that was cute. You want to carve some ball joint dolls? They just look so pretty. That one looks very fairy-like. So cute. And this artist's name is Megumi Todd. She lives in the town of Oxford in Georgia, the U.S., with her husband, 2 daughters, 3 cats, and 2 dogs. Megumi Todd. They're wonderful little dolls. I wonder if she sells them like on Etsy. I bet they're expensive. These magazines are fun to look at. But I was saying I need some sea-themed little paintings. I came across a box of little canvases. Maybe we can do that some together. Paint some little canvases that I could hang in there. Macarons. Now this is cool. You go to like the dollar store and just get some of these little colored glass bottles and then glue them together to create this funny pile of vases. See here. And then you can put the flowers in them. You would just have to angle them so there's some of the water would stay in. But I thought that was neat. And then they got all these like little pots and glued those together. They look like sugar bowls that have been put together. Oh, and these intrigue me. These are just little rough and weather-worn little houses, and they're just like blocks of wood that have been roughly shaped with maybe a handsaw. And then they just painted windows and doors, and they even just painted the staircase on there. And a lot of this looks like they picked it up on the beach. Picked up some weathered wood. It might be worth it just to drive down to the coast. Or Myrtle Beach is 3 hours from us. And the beaches in Charleston are only an hour and a half from me. So it's closer to me to go to Charleston than it is to go to Myrtle Beach. Oh, that sounds cool. I saw some molds for necklace pendants that you could put the little dried flowers in and then do the resin. Yep, this is a Daphne's Diary from, it's number 4 of 2016. So this is a bit old. Do you know that's almost 10 years old? That's crazy. I remember thinking I'd never live to the year 2000, and here it is, 2024. Well, I'm not going to sit here and sigh at you anymore. I just wanted to let everybody know Greg is okay, and he's got stitches, and other than that, we're all okay. All right. I'm going to say good night, and I'll see some of you tomorrow in Anne's room, because tomorrow is Thursday, right? I think tomorrow is Thursday. So I will leave you with some pebbles. And I think we learned that from Hooked by Robin. All right, I'm going to let you guys go.